Hi everyone, welcome to Thursday, and of course every Thursday we do a share and review. Today we're going to take a look at Vulcan Steel on the New Zealand Stock Exchange. Now before we go across and have a look at that, I just want to let you know about a course I have got coming up on the 21st of July. It's called the Teen Wealth Launchpad. It's only $19 and parents can attend free, and it's where we talk about the positive changes that have happened in KiwiSaver that affect your 16 and 17-year-olds. There's actually an opportunity for thousands of dollars that your teen could be missing out on that I really want to help you understand and obviously gain the most out of that. I've put the link in the show notes, so I would love to see you there. Right, before we talk about Vulcan Steel, that normal housekeeping rules, and that is that this is for educational purposes only. No way is it intended to be personalised financial advice. If you're looking for that, you do need to go and have a chat to your own financial advisor. Right, let's take a look. Right, I've got Vulcan Steel up here on the screen, and this is over the 5-year chart. And at a first glance, if you look at this chart, it is quite noisy. It looks like Vulcan Steel has been range bound for basically the last 5 years. However, it has slowly been trending down, and you can sort of see that. To get another idea as to the overall trend of the market, we can use a moving average. And I'll use the 200 period moving average, change that to exponential. So Vulcan Steel, it started around December in 2021. So I've just put that onto all. Now, if I just go back to the 5-year chart, because the 200 period moving average is over 200 weeks in this example, it's only just really kicked into action where I've got my cursor, which was about August last year. The thing is you can see that Vulcan Steel is way below that. In fact, here it is here. It's trading at $6.06. So a 200 moving average is really giving us an idea as to the overall trend of this particular share. And in fact, it's down. That's all I can say. You can also see, if I zoom in here, we've had a couple of weeks in a row where Vulcan Steel has closed lower than where it opened. You had a positive week, and then we've had a series of 4 weeks in a row. And so what I'm getting at is we're not seeing a lot of positive weeks. Most of all, the trend is down, with the occasional week or two in a row where Vulcan Steel has closed higher, but basically it's trending down. Let's change that moving average and let's make it our normal 30 period. And you can see just by changing that to a 30, Vulcan Steel is well below that 30 exponential moving average, and it's still trending down. So that's a really cautionary sign. We'll also put on the 15-week moving average. By using both of these combinations, for me, it just really helps give an overall idea as to what's happening, because using one moving average can give an idea as to the overall trend, but by combining a faster moving average, and in my example, I'm using the 15-week exponential moving average, it just illustrates, is a share about to change direction, or it's really helping to confirm what is happening. So if I zoom in, you can see that the moving averages crossed in this recent time at around March this year, and it's trading below both of those, and they're both trending down. So again, that's very, very negative for Vulcan Steel. We'll go and have a look at the 1-year chart and just see what that's telling us as well. And you can see here that basically the moving averages crossed to the downside at around January this year, and then since then it's just, the share's just been trading below it. And so if I zoom back in here, you can see that the moving averages got really close at switching back up through to the positive at around May, end of May. So this is on a daily basis. They got really close, but then they started to move away again, and the Vulcan Steel was basically falling further. Not a good sign. If I just go in and let's just take a look at that last candle there, which was Friday last week. Now, that is a really large bearish candle, and you can see here that it opened naturally at the same price that it closed the day before. However, it's completely engulfed that last candle and it's obviously closed well down. That's what we refer to as a bearish engulfing pattern if you are following candlestick charts. That is a very negative sign. So Vulcan Steel is certainly not one share that I would want to be owning. Let's go back to the 5-year chart, and we'll just see how that compares against the New Zealand Main Board, being the NZX 50. So we can just go up here to the comparisons, and I've already used it before. So there it is there. So you can see that over the last 5 years, that the New Zealand Main Board, it's only been up about 5.7% overall, whereas Vulcan Steel over that same time frame is down 22.3%. Now, a really interesting thing that I came across last week, I was in a share chat group. I had spoken about the importance of using stop losses, and someone in their bravery responded back to me with an anonymous participant telling me that only weak hands use stop losses. Well, this to me is a really good case in point as to the reason for using a stop loss, because if you'd used a stop loss, no matter where it was, but had limited your exposure as to how much you're comfortable with losing, could be 10%, could be 15%, whatever that figure is for you, then you potentially wouldn't be down 20-odd% in the last 5 years, because that capital could have been working in some other area, on some other share perhaps, or another investment vehicle. And remember too that if you've lost 22% of your capital in the last 5 years, you've got to be making close on 50% in order to regain that back again. That's a lot of money to obviously generate. It can be done. However, that's a lot of work you've got to be able to do for one particular share or whatever vehicle you're using in order to get back just to a break-even position. So I'll stop sharing. I really hope that's helped. I love bringing you these every week. Remember, if you've got a share you would like me to take a look at, or if you've got any questions regarding finance, investing, anything to do with money, I'm here to help. I run several courses. I've got a lot of courses available that you can use in your own free time and educate yourself in your own pace. But I'm always here to help, always happy to help. I love hearing from people as well. Love hearing your comments. So until next week, do take care.